Greetings to everyone who took the time to click on this video. I'm Billy Mitchell and welcome to my channel. In fact, many of you may find it hard to believe that I'm here because I almost never upload to YouTube for any reason. However, I wanted to formally respond to recent accusations that Karl Jobst made of me related to Apollo legend. May 26th, Jobst released a video downright loaded with false defamatory statements. The most heinous accusation related to Apollo's passing. In the video, Jobst outright states that I drove Apollo to suicide. In his words, he may as well have just said murder. For those of you who haven't seen it, here's the clip.
He also sued YouTuber Apollo Legend for $1 million. I haven't spoken about this publicly, but this lawsuit ultimately ended with Apollo giving in and settling with Mitchell. He was forced to remove all of his videos about Mitchell's cheating and paid him a large sum of money. This left him deeply in debt, which required him to find extra work. But with his ongoing health issues, this was all too much of a burden, and he ultimately took his own life. Not that Billy Mitchell would ever care though. In fact, when Billy Mitchell thought Apollo died earlier, he expressed joy at the thought. The lawsuit against Apollo was just as frivolous as the rest, and Apollo definitely would have won in court, but again, he was extremely ill and couldn't handle the ongoing stress.
These claims and that story are demonstrably false. They are a total lie. Regardless of anyone's opinion of me or my dispute with Apollo, let there be no confusion. Apollo never paid me any money. I never paid Apollo any money. There was no financial transaction between Apollo and myself, ever. Apollo never even paid any legal fees of any kind. It is impossible for this tale that Jobst has told you to be true, because Apollo never paid a dime in the first place. In my hand, I have the settlement, and it proves everything I'm saying right here and now. The reality is that Apollo and I reached our settlement and we went our separate ways. We left everything behind us. The agreement had no long-lasting impact on his life and did not exert any impact afterwards. Contrary to the Jobst lie, I did not want to ruin the life of a young man with medical problems. That was a major factor in my walking away with no financial compensation whatsoever. Even before we settled, Apollo told people that our dispute was not among the principal problems he faced in life. In this message from July 2020, Apollo said that, quote, "The lawsuit has definitely raised my stress levels, but I have a lot else going on," end quote. That was in July. In August, our situation was completely resolved, and his tragedy 4 months later came after Christmas. That is why he didn't say anything about me in his final moments. I simply wasn't a factor. And again, contrary to Jobst' tales, that I didn't care about his tragedy, Apollo and I reconciled the past quite well during our negotiations. Although forgiveness is a big thing, I was saddened to hear about his tragedy. The real reason why Jobst fabricated this story to blame me for Apollo's suicide is because he wanted to rile up his viewers' emotions. The reality is that Jobst recklessly talked about an agreement that he wasn't privy to, and nothing he said was true. It was very premeditated, and it was very calculated. I was going to ignore Karl forever. But this cannot be ignored. I plan to respond the way that everybody anticipates for me to respond. And Karl, expect me.